Movie footage used in the following video is owned entirely by the copyright holders. Captain Thew makes no claim of ownership and uses any and all footage for the purposes of commentary, criticism, and comedy, all under fair use. Please support filmmakers in the art of filmmaking by watching these films in their entirety on home media release or on their respective streaming services.
What is up, sickos, and welcome back to the Captain Thew channel. Last night I saw Ready or Not 2, Here I Come, in the movie theater, so now let's talk about it. Now, I'm going to avoid any major spoilers here, obviously, since the movie just came out, and since I've only seen the movie once, this is going to be a lot more of a vibes-based review, not necessarily going beat by beat of the plot of the movie, just going to be based on how the movie made me feel and how much I enjoyed it. Spoilers. I enjoyed it a lot. First of all, let's address this. Samara Weaving, just like in the first movie, is incredible here. She can go from sad to scared to in pain to sassy to cold-blooded killer just so seamlessly, and love that from her. She's one of those actors that can just like deliver a pain scream that's so good that it kind of makes me sit there and go, these are still practical effects, right? Like this isn't real, right? And she also has such a distinct way of yelling fuck that, like, I just love it personally. Then we have Kathryn Newton, my first Hollywood crush, of course. She plays Grace's estranged sister, Faith, and I think she does a great job in this role too. I think Kathryn Newton really excels in these roles where she can be sassy and sarcastic and then still work like the scared and the raw emotion into. I think those are the perfect roles for her. Also great visual with her with the katana. Love that. Catherine, by the way, hit me up. I got some roles for you. Hit me up. Let's do some work, huh? The rest of the cast here is great as well. Elijah Wood does a great job, even though his role in the movie is very different than what I thought it was going to be going in. Sarah Michelle Gellar is great as always, as is Sean Hatosy. I think that's how you say his name, or Hatosy. I don't know. He is a despicable bastard in this movie. And fun fact, when you log this movie on Letterboxd, you get sent a video from a random cast member, and mine was from Sean Hatosy or Sean Hatosy, whichever one it is. So that's pretty cool. I do wish we got a little more out of Kevin Durand. I think he was great in Abigail, and I think he is great in this as well, even though it's a much smaller role. And the last thing that I'm going to say about the cast is, let's see, his name is Varun Saranga, I think is how you say his name. He does a great job in this as Madhu, the character Madhu. But as I was watching the movie, I just could not help but think, like, how the hell did they not get Aziz Ansari to play this role? As great as Varun Saranga does, I do think that Aziz Ansari would have been a great choice for that role as well. This movie is very bloody. I mean, if you've seen the first one, fucking obviously. Some of the kills in this were spectacular. One of my personal favorites, I won't spoil anything, but it involves a weapon that you can find on the movie poster. So I'll let you figure that one out. I guess minor spoilers here, so I'll put a time right there as to where you can go to if you haven't, if you don't want to know anything about the movie. But I like how this sequel really expanded on the lore of Mr. LaBelle and how it wasn't just the Les Domas family that was in this cult worshiping him, and how there's actually several super hyper influential families in the world that are all part of this cult, and they're all kind of vying for this high seat in the cult. And if your family controls the high seat, then you basically control the entire world. I thought that was pretty cool, and for all we know, that could actually be happening in real life. I also like how the third act really did lean more into the dark, like, cult stuff, and it became super dark and foreboding and ominous and all that. I think that might be a little much for some people, but I thought it was really cool. And I love how that like ending sequence goes from dark and ominous to just hilarious like that. Like, it really felt like the end of Weapons for me, which I know some people are gonna think that that's not a good thing, but for me it is. I did get a little pit in my stomach though, like towards the end of the movie, where I was like, this is getting kind of dark. I'm not sure how they're gonna get out of this one with a good ending. I'm not so sure. I liked the relationship between Grace and Faith, and the kind of conflict that they had throughout the movie. They're, you know, arguing about, oh, you left me behind when we were, you know, growing up, and no, I had to, and, you know, it felt very real to me. Like, Samara Weaving and Catherine Newton really sold that shit. Yeah, I just kind of liked the banter between the two of them. Like, they felt very natural together. However, there was one moment where they got into an argument, and I felt like the only reason that this happened was so that they had a reason to get mad at each other and then split up and be separated for the next scene to happen. I think that that's the only reason that the argument happened. So that was kind of from me. However, that did lead to one of Samara Weaving's best scenes in the entire movie. So, you know, you got to take the good with the bad, I guess. Overall, I really liked this movie. You know, I think it's absolutely a worthy sequel to the original, which is a great movie. And, you know, as great as the original is, I think this one might be a little bit better. Now, here's the problem with Letterboxd ratings. I rewatched the original Ready or Not the night before I saw the sequel, just so I could, you know, refresh my memory on it. And when I rewatched it, I rated it 4.5 stars. Then when I watched Ready or Not 2, it wasn't quite 5 stars for me, but I felt like it was better than 4.5 stars. Like, if the original was a 4.5, then the sequel was a 4.75, like 4.75 of a star, but you unfortunately can't rate it that way. And I like to kind of keep my ratings, for the sake of these videos, in those half-star increments. So with that in mind, I am going to rate Ready or Not 2, Here I Come, 4.5 Catherine Newtons out of 5. But if I could rate it 4.75 of a Catherine, I would. And that's it, folks, for this mostly spoiler-free review of Ready or Not 2, Here I Come. What did you think of this movie? If you've seen it already, let me know down there in the comments. Please avoid spoilers down there. And I will see you guys on the next video. It's going to be a fun one, a fun little informative video for you. I'm really looking forward to it. So I will see you then. Peace out, sickos.